So as usual, let's first start off with the deck. The deck is made up of 6-ply maple, 1-ply bamboo, and 3-ply fiberglass. The max load is 330 pounds, and the total weight of the board is 29.7 pounds. The padded grip tape is really nice, keeps you comfortable while riding over bad roads, and in my opinion, the design is way better than the Diamond Dozen hexagon grip tape. The deck's length is about 39 inches, and the width is about 10 inches. The concave in the Black Carve has always been my favorite. Nice and slim, perfect amount of concave, which is why I chose it for my DIY. It's also a stiff deck, not a flex deck, which in my opinion gives you a little bit more stability, keeps you a little bit more dialed in as well. As for the wheels are 115 millimeters in diameter, 63 millimeters in width, and 70A durometer. They are rubber wheels that cause more friction but make up in comfort and grip. To the right you see a brand new rubber 115 millimeter wheel, and to the left you see one with about 60 miles on it. I'm showing you that because I'm showing you how well they wear in. They have excellent grip. I used to hate these wheels, but now I absolutely love them. So between riding aggressively, carving hard, and of course bad roads, the wheels can definitely take it. So if anybody wanted to purchase these wheels, you can get them on the ONSRA website and use our discount code to save money, even on accessories. You can also choose from 8mm or 10mm bearings with the purchase of the wheels. I also suggest if you do have 10mm axles and you want some quality bearings with spacers, ONSRA has those as well. As for the trucks, these are ONSRA's CNC 45 degree, 14.5 inches in width traditional kingpin trucks. As you can see, ONSRA is utilizing high cupped wall washers for maximum stability, but it comes out of the box with the top washer flipped upside down for more carvability. Now, when I first got the Black Carve 3 in November of 2022, I didn't think I would like these wide traditional kingpin trucks. In my opinion, usually wide trucks compromise good agility and a good carve feel. But with these trucks, that's definitely not the case. They're very carvy, especially with the washers flipped upside down, which it came with out of the box, and I have no desire to change anything. I also really like the polish and finish of the trucks, especially the top mounted base plate. You can also purchase these trucks for your DIY or your current production board. I have lots of e-skate buddies that have very powerful DIY boards, and pretty much all of them are utilizing these trucks. As for the motors, the Black Carve 3 Pro is utilizing 3200 watts 6.374 150 kV, 15T motor pulley, belt drive motors. Plenty of power here, no complaints about the performance, but I do wish it came with a bash guard. But I do like how their wires are connected. They're very clean looking, very secure, and a nice polished finish to it in my opinion. Now, what I'm not used to, what I find a little bit strange, is this idler. I guess the idler is basically a belt tensioner system. You can also take it off if you'd like, then you'd have to change the stock belt to the proper size. I'm also told the idler only comes with the Black Carve 3 street version, so if you plan on changing the street wheels on the Black Carve 3, just be careful because the idler comes very, very close to other street wheels. I had to double up on the spacers just to get a little bit of clearance, but even then it concerns me enough not to feel comfortable while riding, so I'm just gonna remove the idlers. As for the ESC, ONSRA developed their own ESC, which is called Orion. Orion ESC is pushing 75 continuous current amps per motor. It's smooth, powerful, and has a lot of features. Okay, the ONSRA NX remote. First off, the ergonomic design is great. Feels great in the hands. They did replace this shell. I remember with my first Black Carve 3, I dropped it from like a foot down and this shell casing came off. So they did replace this part. Other than that, it's a solid design. Very comfortable in the hands. So you got the power button, you got the select button, you got your throttle and brake. 1.3 inch colored screen. I'd probably say this is one of the best remotes out in the market. Lowrance, Backfire, and Evolve also have really great remotes, and this is just as good. So let's hold down the power button, and you'll see it boot up. Kind of boots up like a video game. As you can see, the screen is nice and colorful. It's very clear. I wish you can see it a little bit better during a sunny day as well. When it's cloudy and the sun's going down, you can see it pretty well though. What I also love about this colored screen is the RPM gauge for the throttle, and it shows you how much you're actually utilizing the brake. So when I throttle, you'll see these bars fluctuate, and when I brake, you'll see these bars fluctuate. Throttle, brake. Kind of reminds me of race cars. So you got the board battery meter, the acceleration's on 100, and it's in brutality mode. The remote battery meter, and then underneath there is your brake meter. This is your speed, which you can change to kilometers. This is your trip, and this is the time how long you spent on that specific ride. So now let's hold this button down for 5 seconds in order to enter into the menu. Holding it down for 5 seconds. Okay, we got the board. Auto rev is auto reverse. Modes is obviously modes, and then info. So let's scroll to board and then click the power button. So motor type, wheel size, units, and front power. So let's go into motor type by hitting the power button. And here already checked off is belt drive. We're obviously utilizing a belt drive Black Carve 3 Pro. But if you do have the direct drive, you obviously click direct drive, and you want to keep the poles the same, so don't mess with the poles. So in order to go back, let's hit this bottom button once. Let's go down the wheel size, hit the power button, enter in. So we're gonna leave it at 115, but if you decide to change your wheels, if you wanna go for a bigger or smaller wheel size, you wanna change that accordingly. Go back, hit that button, scroll down the units, hit the power button. I'm gonna stick with mile per hour because I'm in the United States, but if you want kilometers per hour, then you scroll up and then hit the power button. So let's go back. Now front power is just in case somehow, some way you wanna make a 4-wheel drive board. So we're gonna leave that alone. So let's go to the main menu. Auto rev, that is the auto reverse feature. So if you do like reverse, you can utilize that. Let's go down the modes. You could do eco, cruise, sport, and brutality mode. So with each different mode, you can change to how you want the board to perform. So let's go to sport mode. So I can change the speed, the power, the acceleration, and the braking. So out of the box, I felt that sport mode was a little bit weak, so I turned up the acceleration a little bit. I think before it was at like 55 or 60, so I turned it up to about 93. So with each different mode, you can change the power and the braking the way you want it. Let's go down to info. So stats, all the riding stats, your temperatures, full diagnostic system, which is awesome. Let's go to about, some more data about the total time and miles, which is very cool. And that's the ONSRA remote. And of course, this does have the auto on and auto off feature. Okay guys, here we go. Giant hill test, same hill we always use. ONSRA Black Carve 3 Pro, stock 40T with 115mm rubber wheels. Almost full battery, highest mode. Let's see how she does. See, remote says 29 miles per hour right now. I'm peaked. I'm full throttle and it says 29. Whew. That did very well on that hill. Let's check the rider app. 26.8 miles per hour up the hill. So when I was full throttled, the remote said 29. So I think the remote is a little bit off, especially the higher speed you get. Just keep that in mind. Okay guys, here we go. Top speed test. ONSRA Black Carve 3 Pro, 115mm wheels. Let's do it. I'm full throttled and it's saying 32 miles per hour on the remote. Full throttle, 32 miles per hour on the remote. Now remember, this is 40T, so if you do want higher top speed, you can use smaller pulleys. So let's see what the rider app says. Rider app says 29.8 miles per hour, top speed, rubber wheels, 40T, straight out of the box. The remote says about 32, so again, the remote is off a little bit, just bear that in mind. Okay, acceleration test in brutality mode. I'm at 85% battery, so not completely full. The acceleration is turned up all the way to 100%, which you can adjust in each individual mode. On go. 1, 2, 3, go. Nice. Yes. Very good. Aggressive, not twitchy, but very good power. I wish the Black Carve 3 came out with this original amount of power, because the Black Carve 3 Pro is definitely way better than the regular Black Carve 3. Now let's do a brake test. You can change the brake settings on each individual speed mode. So if you want 50% in sport mode, you want 20% in cruise mode, or if you want 100% in brutality mode, you can do that. Right now, I'm at 61% in brutality mode. Now, most boards that I do brake tests with, most of the time, they're turned up all the way to 90 to 100%, and they're just right. With this is only 60%. So if you want even harder, more aggressive brakes, obviously you could turn it up even more. So let's do 15 miles per hour, and then I'm gonna yank the brakes, only 61%. 1, 2, 3, brake. Very good, very good. So even if you want more responsive brakes, you can turn it up even more. Now the brakes also have a smart reverse, which means once you come to a complete stop, about 2 or 3 seconds, it starts going in reverse. You can turn on and off that feature in case you don't like it. And if you're going down a hill and you're slightly hitting the brakes and you see REV on the controller, that's normal. It's telling you that it's ready to go backwards once you do a complete stop, and about 3 seconds go by, then it goes in reverse. So I'm gonna brake, and then I'm gonna hold down the brake, and you're gonna see me start going backwards. So let me show you. 1, 2, 3, brake. All right, complete stop. 1, 2, 3. Pretty cool, right? So all you reverse fans, you're gonna like that feature. And if you don't like it like me, you can turn it off on the remote. As for the battery, the Black Carve 3 Pro is utilizing a 12S 3P 648 watt hours, 15 amp hour Samsung 50S cells. It's encased in a beautiful carbon fiber enclosure, which is an IP65 water resistance rating. Because of this sealed O-ring that has been vigorously tested in wet conditions, I never recommend riding in the rain, but it seems like the Black Carve 3 would be your best chances of not damaging your board in the rain. As for range, I'm a 160-pound rider. The temperature was about 63 degrees Fahrenheit. I rode in mostly brutality mode, and I got a total of 23 miles on the Black Carve 3 Pro. Okay, 10% left. Brutality mode. Let's do acceleration. 1, 2, 3, go. Definitely still got plenty of power with 10% left. Few things worth mentioning. The remote has a numeric readout when it comes to the battery of the board and the remote, which I love. But anytime you full throttle or do a good speed burst, the battery shows a pretty significant loss, but then it comes back, which annoys me. I don't want a live readout of the battery fluctuating up and down. I just want to know its true percentage. So once you actually ease up on the throttle, you see the percentage go back up. So it kind of makes it a little unpredictable of how much range you actually have left, especially if you're riding a little erratic. I also wanted to touch base on the ultralight ONSRA armor jacket. The main focus here is lightweight, slim fit, not bulky feeling, matte finish, all while protecting you while you ride. As you can see, it has 2 front pockets. It's got your elbow pads to protect your elbows. It's got shoulder pads to protect your shoulders. And it also has a rear level 2 back pad, all while not looking like an NFL linebacker. Keeping that slim fashion fit to me is very important. I also like how the wrist part is adjustable. Some of these jackets are really too baggy around the wrist area and it comes over my hand. I don't know what it is. I just hate that. I don't like having gaps in my wrist whenever I wear my hoodies or long sleeves. So if you want a fashionable protective jacket, this is for you. Final thoughts. Now, to get it out of the way, in my opinion, the pricing is a little too high. With our discount code, Black Carve 3 Pro is priced at $1,700 US. Now again, in my personal opinion, I do think that's overpriced. However, I do think the Black Carve 3 Pro has a lot more polish and quality than a lot of 2-in-1 boards out there. If you step on this board and you ride it, and then you step on a B1 Titan X or an onboard Zeus or a Walgo AT2, you will see a dramatic difference in polish, quality, finish, warranty, and customer service. So all of that definitely has a lot of value. So I'm thinking it should be the most expensive 12S 3P 2-in-1 belt drive board out there, but not $1,700 worth. I've had 2 original Black Carves. I had 1 Black Carve 2. I've had 2 Black Carve 3s, and I've had an ONSRA Challenger. All that made me extremely happy. So I do highly recommend the company ONSRA if you're a true e-skater. Thank you for watching, guys.